Hey guys, welcome to the first Sleep Plays tier list. Today we're going to be ranking various Protomen songs. So there's a bit of a kind of rule set here. Essentially, I'm only going to be reviewing songs from Act 1, songs from Act 2, and the two kind of Act 3 songs. I'm not going to do any covers because that's not really... while that is a Protomen song, it's just a cover of someone else's song, and... if I did that, then stuff like Still Believe is going to just break the scaling system. As for the scaling system, a D is a below average, a C is an average song. There's nothing wrong with an average song. It's just the song is just it's a fine song. There's nothing huge about it. B is a good song. It's a bit above average, I would say, but it's not amazing. A is a great song where it's up there. It's really good. There's one or two things that I'm just not a fan of, maybe, or something like that. An S tier song is a perfect song. I don't really have any issues with it. It's just a banger through and through. Alright, so let's start with Hope Rides Alone. I do like the song, and obviously it's a good start to the universe, essentially. It's a bit slow for me, though. In terms of, it's slow to get to the part that I like. It's a minute and a half, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It's really good for creating the atmosphere, and it's good for the world. And the story side of Protoman songs, it's great for. It sets up Protoman and his fight against the robots. But, I'm just not... it's just it's not like a song I can sit down and listen to, compared to the other stuff. So while I think it's good... and it has some really good moments, I'm going to catch flack for this one. But I'm going to put that in the C tier. And just say it's not a bad song. It's not a great song. But I think it's it's there. It's there's nothing holding it back. There's nothing setting it apart. It's a fine song. And there's nothing wrong with it. And here's where I'm going to catch the real flack. Funeral for a Son. I'm putting it in D tier. You're going to see a pattern with instrumental songs and my rating for them. Look, they're great for story. Funeral for a Song, super good. Love that. I like the story, and I like all the lyric notes and everything for the song, and what's happening in it. But in terms of an actual song, I'm not super huge on instrumentals. It just depends. Moving on to Unrest, I don't think... I hope that I have no competition when I just put it in S. There's nothing I can say that's bad about this song. I love that suddenly there's a Western kind of feel to it. The guitar is so good, everything about it, and the build-up, and then how Light gets angry at the end is super good. So that's an absolute S tier. I'm not... And then we come to Will of One, the song that grew on me. At first I was a bit meh on this song, but now it's grown to one of my favorite Protomens. For sure. Will of One is so good. I kind of want to put it in S tier. If you had asked me, if I made this tier list maybe 2 months ago, I probably would have put Will of One as an A. But this song has grown on me so much and has become perfect. I love this song. The only issue I could maybe have, the only little nitpick I could possibly have with Will of One, is if you're listening to it without Vengeance following it, is it just ends. It just cuts off. It kind of just cuts. But it flows really well into Vengeance, and I love that. It's the same reason I like the end flowing into Dead from Mike M. But if you're just listening to Will of One on its own, it just kind of cuts off. But if you flow into Vengeance, which we'll talk about, super good. I really like Vengeance. This is just going to be me jerking off Act 1 at this point. Vengeance is it's just great. I love it. I can't, there's not much I can say about Vengeance. It's I don't know if I could... in good conscience put it in S tier and then just go with that, but it's very good, and I want to put it in S tier, but at this point I'm gonna be putting everything in S tier, and I've got to draw a line somewhere, and Vengeance is that line. I need to put something Like, I can't put it into S tier. It's just, there's like something that is just not letting me go there. But then we move into The Stand, which is one of my favorite songs now. I really like The Stand. And I'm struggling to decide whether I want to put it in S or A. Because on one hand, I like everything about this song. On the other hand, it's 6 minutes. And it takes us like a minute until we get to what I would say like the real song. Like the first 50 seconds are ambience. Then about 40 seconds in, we start getting like the slow kind of beats. And we get a bit of music. And it kind of leads in. But I can't put Stand to S, but I'm going to because I think The Stand is amazing. It's so good. I like the song from Protomen's perspective. The chorus is beautiful. I'm talking about this from a perspective of someone who doesn't know enough about musical theory. I can't pull a Brad taste in music and like tell you why a song's good. Now we come to Sons of Fate, and as I said, this whole video is just me jerking off Act 1 for being amazing. Sons of Fate is so good. Like, I was telling a friend when I was thinking about making this tier list, Unrest is an easy first S tier. But then once you listen to Unrest, it flows really well into House of One. And then that flows well into Vengeance, which then flows well into The Stand, which flows really well into Sons of Fate. And at that point, I'm putting everything on an S tier. I need to draw a line somewhere. I drew that line at Vengeance, which is the only one where I'm not 100% sure if I could justify putting that on S tier. The rest of these, I'm pretty good on. And then we come to Do Vendetta, which is an instrumental song, so I want to put it in D, just because it's like, it's not a thing I would go out and listen to. But I actually really like it compared to the other instrumentals. But I can't justify it. I need to put it in. I need to put it where it is. Like, it just needs to stay at D. Like, instrumental songs I'm going to catch so much cop, but they are basically an instant D tier for me. We'll see how we go with the rest, but I can't see myself putting any of them in like a C or higher. Now we come to Intermission. You'll never guess what I'm going to do with Intermission. Oh. Now we come to Good Doctor. If you were to just cut the Wiley parts and make that its own thing, like just like a 1 minute, a 60 seconds snippet of just the Wiley parts, that alone I would put into A tier. The rest of the song is also amazing, but I would say Good Doctor is probably... it's so hard to choose between B and A for this one, because the Wiley parts are so good, and the light stuff's actually really good. Oh man, it's got to be an A tier. Alright, now we move into Father of Death, and if I put Good Doctor into A, I've got to put Father of Death into A. For me, they are like equal songs. They are so connected. It's like The Will of One and Vengeance. The Will of One, for me, is just so much better. It's just so good on its own that Vengeance can't hope to compare. It's not Vengeance's fault. It's just Will of One so good that it's just like, it's ascended. Good Doctor and Father of Death, similar thing. It's just gone from A, like, they both need to be in the same spot. Alright, so moving on to The State vs. Thomas Light. I'm not sure. I have a feeling people like this one. I don't know enough about what the community thinks about various songs. For me, however, you'll never guess, I studied drama in high school. Which means, State vs. Thomas Light is an instant A, because I like musicals, and that's it. Fuck you. It just gets above everything because I like musicals. This is not an objective tier list. Give us the rope. I need to put it on its own kind of thing. Like, it needs to be separated because it's not really an instrumental, but it's close to being it, but it's good enough that I'm putting it on its own kind of thing. So You're welcome, Give Us the Rope fans. How the World Fell Under Darkness. Again, I need to make this stated. It's good. I like it. It's good for a listen. The story stuff is nice. It's like a cool transition. Sets up Joe. But it's an instrumental, which means it automatically goes in a D tier. Alright, here we go. Breaking Out. Probably an A. It's good. It fights between A and a B. Keep Quiet, I already know where that's going. Breaking Out fights for an A or a B. Oh, it's an A. It's good. I'm listening to it right now. It's a jam. Keep Quiet. Other than the intro, but which if you're listening to Breaking Out into Keep Quiet is beautiful. But just on its own, it's a bit absolute S tier. It's so good. My god. And I'm realizing how much of a mess this tier list is. I think I made a tier list for a friend 3 months ago. And Will of One, Stand, Sons of Fate were like down into A's. I think some of these A's were down into B's. This whole section here is probably very similar. But I've since like the last 3 months this has been Protomen central. So all of them have slowly crept up. Light Up the Night. Do we need to talk about this one? Like, does that need to happen? It's good. Why do you think it's in Rock Band 4? It's good. There's nothing to say about Light Up the Night other than why would you question that it's in S tier? Are there Light Up the Night haters out there? Are there people that aren't a fan of Light Up the Night? This is the one that you recommend to people to get them into Protomen. That or the Hounds. We kind of need these ones. Alright, then we come to The Fall. Again, I like it, but it's got to go in a D. Why just Give Us the Ropes in a C tier? The Fall's got lyrics too. Yeah, I can't sing the lyrics of The Fall. I don't have a full choir voice. I can at least give Us the Rope an attempt. But because of that, fuck you, Fall. You're in D tier. I can't sing along to you, friend. Oh man, this gets hard. Here Comes the Arm is good. I've got to put something in B tier, though. I like Here Comes the Arm, but in terms of musical songs, I kind of like State vs. Thomas Light more. The Emily part really carries Here Comes the Arm. It's good, and I do like it. And I know what I just said about instrumentals, but the instrumental at the end of this is really good. But I need to put it in B tier because it's just... If we're comparing musical songs, State is so much better. Alright, we've got This City Made Us. S tier. I'm so generous with these, but it really is. I think it deserves it, 100%. I jam out to This City Made Us. Why do you think that one's in Rock Band 4 as well? That one's so good. It's explosive. It's got everything you want. It's so good. Like, honestly, I have no arguments to back this up. You just have to believe me here. This City Made Us is good. That's it. Alright. B tier. So, Hold Back the Night, I think is good. And if I did this one 3 months ago, I'd probably put Hold Back the Night in A tier. But, I can't. Not anymore. 3 months have passed. Now I'm thinking Hold Back the Night's B tier. And again, B tier is good. B tier I think is an above average song. I think Hold Back the Night is amazing. The vocals are really good. Especially the drums in the background, so good. Just that role is so good. But I really like it. I just can't move it up. It's good. It's above average, 100%, no question. It's great. It's just that's where I want to put it because I'm ranking them compared to each other. It's not like, this is just how it is. Alright, it's a bit of a mixture here, but if we add an SS tier, this is what the tier list would look like, I reckon. Once we add that extra tier of above perfect, where it's just so much better, it gives everything else a bit more of room to breathe here, I would say. But yeah, if we were to separate them out like this, where SS is quite literally like above and beyond so much better than everything else, and then S is still that perfect song, I'd say this is closer to what a more objective tier list would look like. But even then, it's not really objective, it's still my opinion. But it's just it's just a closer representation to what I think it would kind of happen if we were to add an SS where it's just songs that are above and beyond. We would end up with this tier list. Alright. Thanks for watching me ramble about Protomen songs. Hell yeah. Oh wait, you actually want me to do the hounds? Oh, okay. Why don't I just play the first 10 seconds? There you go. That's all you need.